now that you've had really a couple sessions, how do you really design the sessions at this time of the year and kind of what you want to touch up on with you and your staff?
The first week wasn't ideal just because we had our youth camp and we had to kind of tie our 2 hours on the floor with just teamwork. And the guys got in they got in their 4 lifts and they got extra shooting in on their own. This week we've been able to break it down into 3 40-minute sessions with 2 of them being individual, where we can have the guards with the guards, forwards with the forwards, and the bigs with the bigs. So we've done that and had one of those and then another team session to combine. We just want them working hard. When the new guys understanding the pace that we try to do things with, they fit right in. I'm really, really pleased with the effort and the enthusiasm and how hard the new guys have blended in, and our returners are doing a good job. So it's off to a good start. It's early. We're just trying to build a team, find who's going to step up with our leaders, but I certainly like our talent level.
Last week you told me you were going to find out a lot about your guys just from the standpoint because there's so much going on. This week it's not that it's a relaxation week, but what do you find out more about your guys knowing they don't have to wake up every day, so early to have that team camp going through each and every day?
Yeah, that's true. That is, they're just standing around, but they're coaching, they're having fun, they have enthusiasm, and they're on their feet all day with camp. So it's not easy at the end of the day to go and have to get something done. We can all understand that. But this week, it's back to a little bit of a normal schedule. We're doing our workouts usually earlier in the day, and they lift later in the day. So they've been energized. They've gotten a lot of good work in, and then that gives them an opportunity later in the day to come in and get their own shots up and do those things. So this has been it's a really good schedule. They got to work on it. They got to take care of their classes. With the online classes now that we allow some of our returners to do, that really opens up their day. We're also trying to do team stuff away from our workouts, because we do have to blend in 5 guys and develop some chemistry for the season.
I don't really want to point out one specific guy, but it does seem like Bronson has really had a really strong start, at least these last 2 weeks. Specifically for him, I know there's probably a lot of guys you've been sort of pleased to see how they've come back, but had the injury 2 years ago, last year, kind of working himself back into shape. What has he done really in the offseason so far here early on that really it does seem that he's starting to jump off a little bit more?
Yeah, he had a great spring, and it was frustrating for the coaches, but most of all, it was frustrating for him last year. He wanted to play more, but when you miss practice the day before the game or you're missing practice throughout the weeks, and that's not his fault. He's been injured. He had just an awful injury that he continues, the nerve in that leg continues to get better, and because of that injury, it caused maybe a knee on the other side, and he had a hernia, we thought was a hernia, so he's had all kinds of things he's had to deal with. We were counting on him last year, to battle Matt and Niels and really helping us. He is a tough, competitive guy that can score around the basket. He's developed a three-point. He's always been able to drive it, but he can make an open three now. So, and as you've seen, he's really looked good so far.
Really, just heard you on the conference call, and you were asked a question of, with Wichita gone, the competitives in the league said, look, there's going to be a lot of factors that play into it, and one of them is just health. So really, when you go through these summer workouts, how do you and your staff and really the training staff really go through? Obviously, you're dealt a certain number of time of what you got to do, but also you brought up Bronson, so just trying to keep everybody healthy and ultimately get them to the fall and then ultimately in the winter.
Yeah, I mean, we've been fortunate here with our athletic trainers, just how good that we've had with the school here. So we're fortunate there. Great doctors with Dr. Clote White and everybody up in Indianapolis. So we're fortunate there. But it's just luck and the breaks sometime of staying healthy. But you have Bronson. We need him to stay healthy. We have Kedar still recovering from his knee surgery. We need depth, and you need competition at every spot. And if those two stay healthy along with the other guys, we have that.
You brought up depth and really, building that competition. You've been very open about it. Obviously, last year was not the year that you wanted. How much, when you go through this time right now, do you really use last year as a motivating tool, or is it one of those things where you really do just wipe the slate clean and move forward?
Yeah, when we get to the fall, I'm going to be done talking about last year. I really am, because this is a different team. You take every team as the season starts, but that wasn't any fun for me. It wasn't any fun for the guys. It wasn't any fun for the fans, especially the fact that we were not competitive in some games. You're going to get beat sometimes when people play better than you, but to not come out and just fight and scratch and claw, that's what our chemistry. That's what our character has been about. That's what we do here, competition and toughness. And we did not have that last year, and the results showed it. So we have to build that in this team. We have to build that in this team. Guys are different nowadays. You know, they're a little bit more worried about themselves and their individuality. But if you bring that to the floor in a team game like this, you have no chance. So we're just going to keep building the competition level, the toughness level, and the chemistry.
Why is this time right now important to instill those values? And even though this has been a program that you said is those values have always been there, to really just reinstill those and get those back at a time right now?
The big thing is the new guys know how we do things here. And for the new guys, it's establishing a work ethic and a pace of just how you do things and how much individual work you have to do on your own and take advantage of your time. You know, you're not just coming when you have to be there for practice or have to be there for a lift, not just punching the clock. So you do that, but it's also developing the chemistry. I always love the saying that there's going to come a time when the winner's going to ask you what you did all summer, and that's what we're working on right now. Our summers are like the spring and fall. We get 2 hours a week on the floor. They get 4 lifts a week, so it's work time. This is just like preparing for the season.